Well, there has been, from the very start of this movement, there has been an attempt to restrict us, to limit our rights to protest, to frankly intimidate and frighten people from coming on the demonstrations by means of trying to give the impression that we are terrorist supporters or that we are in some way dangerous and hate marchers. Obviously, none of this was the case. The protests and the demonstrations have all been peaceful. They've been very large, but they've been very well organised, and there's been no examples of any intimidation or any threats against any Jewish people or anyone else associated with our demonstrations. So these most recent attacks on our right to protest, I think, will backfire because the movement is united. We have tremendous support and we do represent the opinions and the feelings of the overwhelming majority of people in Britain. 75% of people in Britain think there should be a ceasefire. Only 6% of people support what Israel is doing. So we represent the majority in this situation. So yes, I do believe that the attacks will backfire. We're certainly going to oppose them. We're certainly going to resist them. We're going to do whatever we can to defend the right to protest in general and to keep the movement for a free Palestine marching, protesting and in the streets. Well, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's shown support for myself, for Ben Jamal, for the other 70 plus people who were arrested on the protests. It's very, very important that we stand together in these circumstances, but that outpouring of support, that outpouring of solidarity has been something that's been very valuable in terms of maintaining our confidence and giving us a sense that we can persevere in this situation. So thanks to all the people who've supported us. Keep organising, stay in the streets. Together we can win.
We are the people, true. We won't be silent, free. Stop the bombing now, 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 now.
So I will please select what we will share it and then we will also share it.
Okay, so we've just finished a public meeting in an absolutely packed hall. We are here defending our right to protest, but we are also here reasserting our enduring solidarity with the Palestinian people. What we saw last Saturday was a major escalation in state repression, attempts to silence our movement. My comrade Chris Nynham was violently arrested. There were 77 other people arrested on the day. Many others have been charged. We send our solidarity. I send my personal solidarity to everybody unjustly arrested and unjustly charged as a result of Saturday's demonstration. I myself are now facing charges on entirely spurious grounds. I'll contest them, Chris Nynham will contest his charges, but we are also here saying that we will not allow this to divert our focus. As we defend our rights, we keep our eye on the reality of why they're repressing us, and it is to distract attention from Israel's ongoing oppression of the Palestinian people, and our governments and our public bodies and our companies complicity with that. And we will continue with all of our protests, including our marches, but our boycott, our divestment campaigns, our protests, our rallies across the country. We continue with all of that until Palestine is finally free.
We stand with you, Ben and Chris, and all those arrested. We stand with you in solidarity. They will not stop this movement. We will carry on protesting. We have to keep raising the voices of Palestinians. We have to speak out against this oppression, and the fact that they're coming down on us so hard and arresting the coalition leaders just shows the power of this movement and that they're really, really scared, and we just need to keep going. I'm sure we will win this in court. Their actions have been illegal. We've witnessed police brutality that Saturday, and I'm absolutely sure that we will continue and people will not be frightened off, and the next rally will have 1 million people, hopefully. I think a lot of the protesters who've ended up in court, their charges have been dropped once they get into court. So I'm hoping that the same thing will happen here. I think our legal system is still just, and hoping that the police will be called out for how they behaved, and the government will be called out for how they've behaved. And I'm really hoping that on the days of their trial, whenever they are, or hopefully the charges are just dropped earlier, that we'll win this.